It's been a few weeks now since conclusions were unveiled following a review of sexual assault cases within the Kelowna RCMP detachment. Castanet News had a chance to speak with Superintendent Brent Mundle about the recommendations, the review overall, and the effect it's had on the Kelowna RCMP.
The scope of the review examined all of our unfounded files for a 2-year period. That was the nature of the investigation. It was a very detailed review, so I fully expected to see recommendations come out of it. The recommendations that were provided recommended some training with respect to our administrative areas with regards to scoring of files, as well as there is some training recommended for our membership, which we've initiated here at the detachment.
Another part of it is the establishment of a dedicated sexual assault unit. Now, I know in covering City Council as long as I have and listening to yourself and your predecessors as well, through budget times and through regular presentations, that a sexual assault unit has been top of mind as far as City Council is concerned. There's been discussion back and forth about establishing one. Why hasn't it not been possible up until now?
Well, we've always had a specialized unit to deal with sexual offenses involving children. And then we've always had a investigative unit that assists our general duty members with more serious or complex files, including sex assault. What we've been able to do here, if you've been watching, as you mentioned, my recent council presentations, I've been asking for additional members to create what we call a general investigation support team. So essentially that would place detectives or embed detectives with our general duty or our uniform members and assist them with some of the more complex files. So as a result of recent increases to our budget approved by council, it allowed me to then reorganize some of our existing investigative resources to create a specialized sexual assault team. And that's what I've done here in recent weeks.
So is this a situation where the review came at just the right time when you have the resources to implement this?
Exactly. The timing of it, is somewhat interesting because, if you've been listening to council, I've been looking for these resources for a period of time and describing to council what we've planned to do with them. And it all arrived at very similar proximity to our ability to actually create what we've been hoping to do for several months.
Now, of course, as people have been following this story, the review was precipitated by a StatsCan report that unfounded sexual assault and rape cases in Kelowna were at about 40%, which was far above the provincial average. This whole scenario, has this been a stain on the detachment's reputation?
Yeah, I think definitely, the way it's been reported, there's been, a significant impact on the detachment. And, we've heard from people within the general public that they've perhaps lost confidence when it comes to some of these serious investigations. My response to that is, we've certainly taken the recommendations that have been provided quite strongly. We're initiating all the actions that have been recommended. And, we do have over 200 very dedicated officers here at the detachment. So I'm certainly, hoping that we can move past this and restore any damage that's been done to public confidence.
Usually takes time to refocus the public in your ability to do the job properly.
Yes, sometimes that does take time, and I'm hoping people recognize that we've taken this seriously and we've implemented a number of changes locally, and I'm confident with the establishment of the new sexual assault unit as well as our new general investigation support team members that we'll be in certainly a better position with respect to conducting some of these more serious investigations.
According to Superintendent Mundle, the sexual assault unit will be rolling out very shortly. Wayne Moore, Castanet News.